1, 2. Don't need to see that. All right. Welcome, everyone. This is my weekend watch list building session. I am Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me. I am traveling. I'm currently in San Francisco shooting this video. Hopefully, the stream goes well. I'm trying to get it up because I don't know if I'm going to be able to type up my weekend watch list between traveling. I just want to make sure I get something out there for everyone. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into it relatively quickly just so that I can get it done. Hopefully it's not too laggy. I'm just doing the best I can here. I've got quite a list of bullish positions to go over this week. In front of the old notebook. Yeah, it's been a trip, man. I love San Francisco. It's kind of fun, but it's also very exhausting walking around everywhere. It's tough, man. So, with that being said, I'm going to go over my top 5 picks. These are based on the Smart Money, Darkpool, and Block Trade algorithm software. It's provided by those traders over at FlowTrade. You can see that on the Darkpool. Excuse me, if I draw red lines, those are regular block trades. Blue lines are Darkpool trades. Purple is the regular algorithm. If I draw a white horizontal line, that means that there is a Darkpool and a regular block trade so close to each other that I cannot get separation. The white lines that you see on my screen right now, that is price action. And as always, if you find this content useful, take a moment, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that whenever your boy lets out a new video, you guys are the first ones to know about it. All right, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to start off with Etsy. I believe Etsy's probably got the most upward potential. After an extreme drop at the end of last week, we've had net buying for Etsy for the last couple weeks. What I mean by net buying is this. So the algorithm has been, interim divergences have played out, such as here, obviously this one's played out, right? So it looks as if though we've found a base in this demand zone. I'm just going to call this a demand zone that's been pretty significant for the last little while. So if that's the demand zone, obviously our supply zone is on the upper end of this. We're looking at this algo is curled up, should be pulling price action back up. Based on the drop that had occurred, we've got a little gap that's going to need to be filled. That's coming in right in here. Right in there. So that gap's going to have to be filled. So that's quite a move. Etsy's currently trading at 142-ish. Looking at the Keltner channels, Etsy just bounced off the bottom of the daily Keltner channel. It's currently consolidating. I'm just going to make sure that I got it. That's right. So with the daily mid and breaking back into the 4-hour Keltner channels as a target. So that 185 to 190 move will take us from the bottom of the monthly cloud, bottom of the dailies, right, up through the weekly mid into the 4-hour. So there's almost a $10 move just to get back up into the 4-hour Keltner channels where it belongs. Monthly bottom Keltner channels, super support, lots and lots of support at this level. Almost $30 in the last couple weeks. It's currently coming down and testing the 4-hour 200 SMA. Algo separated, algo up, price action down. Look for a reversion to the 50 or the VWAP month to date, which is coming in at that 194.50 area, as well as reversion to the 21. So even if this is a 194, it gets there. Okay, so that was Etsy. Like I said, Etsy, I'm targeting VWAP 193, 194. We can get up and break up. We can get back into above some of this clustering overhead resistance. Then we can look at taking Etsy as a positive move for a longer term uptrend back into the 2.6s, 2.10s area. Okay, that was Etsy. The next one I wanted to go over real quick was Pinterest, P-I-N-S. Pins, another stock where we've got a lot of bullish divergence. This is fairly recent, whereas it's been trading with price action pretty one-on-one, pretty one-for-one over the last couple of weeks. Something occurred at the end of the week that has caused a massive influx of net buying as Pinterest sold off. Now, I'm going to keep a really close eye on this one just because of such a violent drop, and with so many block trade levels coming in to provide resistance and support that you can see, right? We've got just, we've got a ton of them right here. Massive gap that's going to need to be filled, right? We've got that dark pool and regular block trade cluster down here coming in at 58, right? 58.90, 58, 59, right? That area there. Levels coming in at 59.78 and 60.55. There's a nice gap that we're going to come fill. That has occurred because of, I'll just draw the levels. Right, there's that one there and this one here. Right, the algorithm, nice strong bullish uptrend is, that can be seen like this. Nice strong uptrend. A little bit of a wrong tool. All right, there we go. A little bit of a 1, 2, 3 move. Let's watch for the algo to continue to pull price action up to the upside. Looking at pins on our 4-hour chart, and as far as the off of the weekly, let me just reset this chart here. All right, so we bounced off the weekly bottom. We've got, kind of very similar to Etsy. The retrace to the mean, right, is the move, right? Currently at monthly point of control to date, right? We're pulling back to test, the pullback to the reversion to the mean is that play that we're going to play, the 60 to 68 with resistance at 62 or 63, 64. All right, just coming up and testing monthly VWAP, 21 EMA, right at the 68.85 level. All right, 68.85 would be back up into the clouds. I'm actually just going to look to try to target possibly this move here, right? Right, just that move there to 66. So 59.66 is a $6 move. Algorithms net buying. There should be, gap to fill. Previous, right? The previous low is going to become resistance. So what is that? 66.80. Yeah, 66. Right in here. So that's the move I want to play on pins going into next week. I've got a huge list. Right. Billy made the list again. I'm kind of on the fence about Billy, just because, I could have been early, but it looks like, guys, just clear out previous drawings. Clear out previous drawings and throw some new ones on. All right. Overall, Billy is in an uptrend. All right. The algo's pretty much been net buying for weeks. As can be seen here, it's currently trading, it's trading essentially with price action. As long as this algorithm keep tools, right? As long as we can keep that curled up to the upside, look for it to pull price action back up. We've got a singular block trade, regular block trade that came in on the 30th, and that's going to provide our support at 83.54 area. I like it. It's super gappy. It's not one of those that you can just buy and hold. Definitely, I would play it as a day trade. Hopefully, catching kind of something like this kind of a move here. Maybe trying to catch something like this move to the upside. Looks like it's currently at maybe some. Right, maybe a wedge breakout is what we're looking to have happen. But yeah, I like the algorithm. I like the separation. I like the upward potential versus downward potential. Looking at Billy on the chart. Right, we'll go through that one, and then we'll look at Billy for our color channels. Billy's in a little bit different situation than the last two, where it's currently trading above the weekly mid. Or is this a weekly cloud? Yeah, so it's just getting out of the weekly cloud. It's going to go up and test the 4-hour Keltner channel mid and the daily cloud bottom, which is going to come in at that $90 level. Still, it's a $5 move, and if you play your cards right on a $5 move, you can make some pretty decent money. The $93, $94 level. However, it may do it. So what we're looking to do is pull this reversion back to this 21 EMA, which is also looks like a VWAP, or potentially the 34, which is the 718. I don't even do this. What is up on there? I don't play the 786, so we're just gonna get rid of that. I don't play the 786. 3252. That looks good there. So I would like it to come up test monthly VWAP at 97.69. However, I feel like it may reject off of this 21 EMA. So the safe play is from 85 to 90. If we can get above this VWAP and the 21 EMA, look for resistance at the 34, which will be coming in, coming down to meet us. So getting through this area here is going to be a little bit difficult, but I like it. It can move, and when it moves well. It's got nice. I mean, do you guys see what I see? Is anybody seeing this move here? 1, 2, 3. Wu-Tang pattern reversal. Right? Here we go. Here we go. That's what I say. All right, that was Billy. We did Etsy, pins, Billy. I'm gonna look at Crowdstrike, CRWD. Let's get this set up across all of them. All right, there we go. Looking at Crowdstrike from an algorithm perspective, I like that it's got a little bit of divergence that began back on the 29th. However, what I like is that it's been net buying for the last couple of weeks, even though it's it's basically traded with price action. That's okay. I like the net buying. Right, the trend is buying. Right, got a little bit of divergence that's occurred right here. Right, we'd like it to come in and try to find us. See if I can get it. I'd like it to come in and find a base of support, here in this area for this move back up to complete this divergence. 253 is pretty much the support. That's right. There we go. All right, so Crowdstrike is at the bottom of the Keltner, 4-hour Keltner channels. We've got this massive weekly cloud that's got some pretty significant overhead resistance in it. I'm not trying to play this long move. I'm trying to play the move from the 4-hour bottom into the weekly cloud up to maybe the daily 4-hour mid. So the move would be from 254 to 260 area, right? We get above 260, then we can test 266. So the move would be support off of the 618, which it found on Friday. We potentially come and test this level one more time, this 250, 250 level, before we go up and test 256 on our way back up to 21-day EMA, 34-day EMA, VWAP monthly to date, so those are rolling lists from July. Above that is the reversion to the 382 from this low to this high. Decisions will be made at that point as to continue upwards to the upside, getting through an additional VWAP and the point of control monthly to date for the move back to the upside. However, if that move would create a wedge. So we've got a higher high here, we've got that area there. If we made this move, we would be creating a wedge off of these two lows, right? So that would be this wedge creation back up into monthly point of control at 262.46. However, we've got targets of 256, 259, 260 before we smack into that. All right. At least, I think we're going to get a $5 or $10 move out of Crowdstrike. So Monday's open will be important if we come back down and test this lower trend line. I expect a move back up to the upside. All right, so that was Crowdstrike, and then the last one. So I'm really torn between doing Clorox, right, and doing FSLY, and you'll see why. Like Clorox, I don't like how the algo's curled down to the downside, but it's also got nice divergence. Let's look at FSLY. I kind of like that one a little bit better, or even possibly Uber. So of those three, I mean, it's just tough. I've got a whole list of stocks from Las Vegas, like MGM, Caesars, Wynn. Those are all on my list. And I just know. I'm going to go ahead and stick with Clorox. And Clorox will be number 5. And let me just kind of explain what I have to see from Clorox to become interested in actually taking a position. Okay, number 1. We've got a dark pool block trade overhead resistance coming in at 182.66, right? Pretty significant resistance. The algorithm has essentially, you can be seen here. However, since the 22nd, the algorithm has been net buying Clorox. Okay. What I don't like, and I'm a little worried about, is just this making sure that that little loop-de-loop curls back and around and continues to the upside, which should pull our price action up with it. I believe we may have some sort of upward trend, lower trend line support, but that 182.66 is going to be pretty significant in getting through to break out of this little wedge that's been forming, right? So we've got overhead resistance of not only a dark pool level, but we've got a overhead trend line resistance. Yeah, so like I said, number 5 has been a little bit more difficult for me to be super stoked on. That would be Clorox. I think it may see some additional movement based on some news that may come out this week. Okay. From a candlestick perspective, right, we're currently resting just below monthly point of control. However, we are above the 50 or the 200 SMA. If we did revert to monthly VWAP, which is the 382, so that moved from 180 to 182.85, and could also just begin, like I said, it could be the beginning of a longer term Wu-Tang pattern reversal, or the 1, 2, 3 reversal, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 would put us up over in this area here. Right. Now somewhere in that area for that complete W pattern. Just looking at it, currently just resting at support for our Cutler channel bottom, coming in at 180. We've got the daily mid, 182.19. We've got the 127 from this move, right? Which is also the weekly mid, daily mid, 182 to 183. This is what I'm targeting. That's the zone I'm targeting. Oh, look at that. I don't like it. Here's my real. Right, I'm targeting the 127, 82, 182.85 to 183.33. That's Clorox. And that's it for me. thanks for joining me. My name is Darkpool Algo. I had to rush for this video. My battery's about to die on the Mac, so hopefully I can get this out to you. So rework this state green